top of the table.
While growing up, most of the people who belong to LGBTQI community, or I can talk about myself, we feel this there is this there is something dirty with us. There is something wrong with us. We don't confine to the normal rules which are laid out by the society. So till the time you actually understand your sexuality or your orientation, you keep on wondering that there is something wrong with you. You don't fit to these norms. So of course there are stages. First, you are in a denial mode, and you keep on wondering, why I'm not attracted to the opposite sex, and why I have feelings for the same sex. So this, and then of course this also creates confusion in your mind, that what exactly is happening, why are things not going the way they're meant to be as laid out by this society. And of course you feel ashamed about yourself. You close yourself. You don't let your feelings come out that well. You don't tell people what's going in your mind. You become an introvert person. And it is very difficult to accept what you are, because of course you see your friends, you see your parents, you see your relatives, and then you wonder, no, I don't fit into this society.
So, Arpita, when I talk about adolescence, and that is the time when you are actually getting a sense of, you're understanding your attraction towards the opposite sex, and there's a lot of confusion that you go through any which ways, whether you are from the LGBTQI community or otherwise, even
Hmm.
if you are a heterosexual, you are constantly wondering and figuring out your feelings. I think that, like you said, that there must have been a lot of, shame also involved with it, and that would have made you very, very hard for you to confide in any person, any particular person for the very first time. But can you share who was the first person that you actually confided in about your orientation, and how did you feel when you did it, and how did you feel before you did that?
I was always very secretive about it. I never wanted to tell anybody about my sexuality, because, of course, there's a shame attached to it. You don't want anybody else to know that you are not straight in those terms. It is all about your mindset. You don't feel very comfortable about it. So I remember, I think this was way back, if I guess in 2009 or something. I had a breakup, and I actually wanted to tell somebody that, first of all, I was in a closed relationship. Nobody knew that I was dating somebody, because you cannot obviously tell people that you are dating a person of the same sex, and you are in a relationship with the person of the same sex. So there was a lot of pressure, and it was kind of a bad breakup at that point of time. So I had a lot of anxiety. I was feeling a lot of anger within myself. I was not being myself at workplace or in personal life. I used to shout at people, and I used to vent it out in different ways, but I never used to tell people uh, you know that this is something which has happened with me, because I was keeping it to myself. But then I think, I don't know how, but I thought, because there was this friend of mine. She was with me in college. She was very close to me. We used to share our daily things, but of course I would never used to share about my sexual orientation or preference to her. But then I remember it. I actually vividly remember it in my mind. I was doing job in Bombay, so I was coming back to Lucknow. I took an emergency leave, and I was in the train, and then I don't know. I just texted her, and I just texted her that I was in a relationship. I broke up, and I was in relationship with a guy. And then I think after that, after sending that message, I was thinking, should I have sent it or not? I was like, I had a lot of confusion in my mind at that point of time. But then the text came in, and the text was very reassuring. And that friend of mine told me, that I don't care what your sexuality is. I care what person you are, and I know you are a good person. So what your sexuality is doesn't matter to me. And I think till that point of time I was obviously not open to anybody, and she was the my college friend was the first person whom I told about myself. And after that, actually, I felt quite relieved. And I mean, from that point of time, I never hesitated telling people about me that much. I mean, if someone if was coming close to me or was becoming a good friend, I used to tell about it, because that was I think the first instance where I told my friend about it came out to positive. That actually changed a lot.